Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and I am back from the Web Summit, probably one of the biggest tech conferences in the world. It was absolutely incredible and probably one of the best things I've done this year. There was one little thing that bugged me, and I'll tell you that at the end because it might affect whether you go in future. Today I want to go through the whole experience, what it was like, and what you should know if you're planning on going in 2026 or 2027. So let's get right to it. What does Web Summit actually feel like? Well, if you've never been, it's a massive mix of startups, investors, creators, governments, and very confused first timers, myself included. There are people everywhere, talks happening at the same time, pitches left and right. It's chaotic in a fun, energizing way. It's fantastic. If you're an extrovert, you're going to love walking the floor, going up to the vendors, asking them to show you their apps. If you're a little bit more on the introverted side, you're probably going to prefer the more intimate meetups and the masterclasses like the one Sarah did about how to build an AI agent with Make.com. So why did I go? Well, Make.com flew me out because I work with a lot of AI automations, a lot of businesses that are trying to implement Make, so they thought it would be important to show me what they're doing at the conference. Their stand at the Web Summit was absolutely killing it. It was hustling and bustling nonstop. I even heard that the event organizers stopped by to compliment them on how well they were doing at handling the crowds. Now, one of the best parts of Web Summit is the people that you meet. Founders, investors, developers, creators, they're all going to be walking around there. And yes, even still a few crypto bros out there. I heard 3 years ago Web Summit was all crypto, crypto, crypto. And this year, of course, it was AI, AI, AI. You may even run into some veteran Web Summiters. I met a guy that has been going for 8 or 9 years in a row. So clearly the event is still delivering. On top of all of this, the startup scene deserves its own section. There were rows and rows of tiny 1 meter by 1 meter startup stands, grouped by country, showcasing everything from AI tools, robotics, to some absolutely wild ideas. And the pitch stages were constantly full. You'll see founders battling for investors' attention back to back, nonstop, all day. If I were running a startup again, that is the place I would definitely want to be. So overall, there's a lot going on. There's big stages, there's startup pitches, government booths, meetups, masterclasses, but of course there has to be some food to keep everyone going. And alongside the Web Summit is something called the Food Summit, which between each pavilion, there's a little party of food trucks and beers. It's quite amazing. Honestly, most of my best conversations were waiting for food at one of the trucks, bumping into people outside, having delicious food. So you have to also try out the food while you're there. Now, another thing that people don't talk about is Portugal Tech Week. So while the Web Summit's happening, generally at the same time is Portugal Tech Week, and that is a huge ecosystem of different events across the entirety of Portugal. And Make.com was actually a big sponsor of the whole Portugal Tech Week this year, so that was really cool to see. And with Portugal Tech Week, most of the events are going to be free. So if you're not web summiting, make sure to check out Portugal Tech Week. Okay, so now we get to the things that you have to know about Web Summit before you go. Number one, you have to plan Web Summit. If you don't plan your days, you're going to miss things, and nobody likes to miss things. So put it in your calendar, download the app, make sure you have all of the details set beforehand so that you know before what you want to go, so that you don't get distracted with the flashy and catchy events. That's absolutely key. Next thing you need to know is these pavilions are huge. So leave some time between events to walk to the next one, because a walk from stage 1 to stage 13 is like a 20-minute walk, and you've got people, and there's going to be people going in different directions, so leave yourself enough time. Another very important thing is to make sure to wear some comfortable shoes, make sure to take some water. It's a long day, there's a lot of walking, and you're going to thank me for that. Now you may be wondering what all of this costs. Well, a ticket is probably going to set you back about 1,500 euros. That's probably good for investors, businesses, people that are taking part at the event. However, for ordinary folk, that could be a lot of money. So you have to know there are a lot of ways to get a free ticket to Web Summit. So if you're after a free ticket to Web Summit, the first thing that you could do is become a volunteer. That means I think you volunteer for one day handing out coffee or doing some cleanup or doing some crowd control or doing some security, and then you'll be able to attend the Web Summit for the next few days. That's one way. Another way is a media pass. They take YouTubers, they take anyone with a good blog. So it's worth just applying and see if you can be eligible for that. Then, of course, if you're a startup, there's a huge push for startups. So if you are an eligible startup, they'll give you a free pass. They'll be able to help you set up a stand, and it's basically designed for startups to be able to get in for free. There are also scholarship passes, so if you are part of a university and you're part of a college, you can also apply and they may be able to get you a ticket as well. So now it comes down to the one thing that I did not like about Web Summit is that it's a lot, and I suffer from FOMO. So I was at one stage and I'm looking on the app and I can see there's an awesome AI talk on another stage, and I can't be at two places at the same time. I can't stream the other live event while I'm watching thing because it's just too much stimulation. So I felt that I may have missed a few things. And then also just having time to go to every stand. I would start at one side of the event and then I would get through 20 stands and I'd look at it be just about closing time, because you sit and you talk to each person, you network, you're chatting, you're looking at the different things, and then you realize you have like 5 more pavilions to go through. So that bugged me. That's something that would bug me. Maybe other people are different, but yeah, there's no real way to bypass that. And I think if you were paying 1,500 euros starting price, and you got to miss so much, you might feel a bit of that FOMO as well. However, though, honestly speaking, combining the Web Summit with Portugal Tech Week, it's absolutely worth it. There's so much to do. There's so much going on. I met some awesome people, and overall, it's a top-notch event. And again, a huge shout out to Make.com for flying me out to be able to attend this event. It was so great to just spend some time at the stand, see how you guys are interacting with your customers, to even be able to help some of the customers myself as a partner. And it was just a fantastic event, and I really, really enjoyed being there. So if you're watching this and you want to go next year, or it's coming up and you're thinking about going, I hope this video gives you a little bit of clarity on what to expect. And maybe I'll bump into you at Web Summit. Thanks for watching, guys.